Well, hello. This is Rosa from RCG Creations. How you doing? I'm bringing to you a quiche. We're going to be baking a quiche. So what I did is I got a store-bought, let me show you, store-bought pie crust. Someday I'll make my own crust, but not yet. And then I just laid it in. Then you smooth it all out. This is isn't that a pretty little quiche pan? We got that as a wedding gift. And then I just laid it in, fingered it in, so it's all nice and flush against the dish. And then we're going to bake it at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes. And then the leftovers, because I wanted to make it even so it'd be nice and pretty when it comes out, I just went ahead and put it in one of my little brownie containers, slots here. These are those to make brownies. Okay, this is from Pampered Chef. So that'll be mine, because I love all my veggies and stuff, so that'll be extra. Plus, I'm the one that's making it, so I get to eat it. So I'll bring you back, because now what I'm doing is cutting up all the vegetables, because this is going to be a breakfast quiche. Okay, and we'll bring you back to that next phase where we do that, and then after that we'll do the taste test. Okay, we'll bring you back. Alrighty, we're going to go to the next phase here. Okay, I freeze, show you, I freeze my eggs, and I freeze heavy cream, whipping cream, all of those, and I put them in little, make sure you use silicone, because those ice cube trays are okay, but they're on dickens to get out. So do yourself a favor when you're freezing stuff like that. Bear with me, I'm just put this out, because I washed my little baggies, because I use the same bag because it's just going to stay in the freezer anyway. So I like to rinse them off and wash them with some soap and water on the inside and rinse them really, really well. And then once they're totally dry, I put them back in the freezer. So that way, when I'm ready to get a good supply of eggs, or if I have some heavy cream that's on sale, or you know what, I'm just stocking up on the items, I'll freeze whatever I can freeze, as long as I have freezer space. And I only will freeze them. I used to use ice cube trays, but those were the dickens to get out. It was a pain in the butt. It was hard. So then I got into the silicone. So I ordered some silicone trays, and they're the perfect little size. And if I remember, I'll try to put a photo of what one looks like, okay? And I'll let you know, and I'll put a link to the website, because all I can do is tell you I ordered it online. I couldn't tell you from where and stuff, but I'll put a picture of one similar to what I'm talking about, because it makes a perfect. In fact, let me show you. Oh, I gotta go around. See that? This makes the perfect little eggs. That's a little sunflower. This was an actual cookie Teflon pan that I used. But see that? It's the shape of a little sunflower. And I don't have any more because I used the last of my, oh, you know what? I think I do have some. Okay, yeah, here's some more heavy cream. And I just used the Teflon. So this is actually a little gingerbread man. So if you have this Teflon, little cookie things, go ahead and just use those. You don't have to go buy something new. You know how I am frugal. Use what you got. But anyway, I will show you when I find that little Teflon one, because I think there's like 12 little squares on it, and they make the perfect size to put in there. I think this only took, I'll have to double check it and measure, but I think it took 10 of those little cubes to make 1 cup of heavy cream. Okay, so let's get back to our recipe. So what you do is you mix your heavy cream, and these are, I'm going to show you, because this whole video is about using your frozen items. You see how the texture is on this is the frozen eggs. The recipe calls for 3 eggs. Okay, so you mix it up as much as you can. And the best way to thaw this stuff out is to take it out of the freezer, take exactly what you need, the night before. Stick it in the fridge, let it thaw out naturally. Okay? Now be careful with the eggs, because if you need certain just egg yolk or egg white for your recipe, make sure you put them in individual containers, because once they thaw out, they're all going to mix up. You're not going to know how much is egg whites for 1 egg, 2 eggs, or 3 eggs, or whatever it is that you're using. Okay, so do yourself a favor on that one. Is separate your eggs if you need a certain amount of egg yolk versus egg white. If it doesn't really matter, stick it all in a bowl, stick it in the fridge, let it thaw out naturally, then the next morning you're ready to go ahead and use it. And you just have to mix it up. Now this texture now is not that bad. Okay, it will, I've done this many times, it will bake just perfectly. So this is a recipe, when you're using frozen eggs, you want to only use it for your baking products, okay, baking recipes. Yeah, I could make scrambled eggs with this and it'll come out just fine. I could do, do an omelet, I could do anything on that. It'll come out just fine, but for me, my frozen eggs are for baking. That's just me, but you can do what you want. Okay, now I had a little bit of leftover egg, and I'm going to pour that one in there too, because it's just a little bit, and I want to use it up before it turns on me. So I'm just going to mix this up with my egg mixture. Okay, so the recipe calls for 3 eggs, so that's really like 3 1/2. Okay, and then 1 cup of heavy cream. And then you're just going to mix it all up. Oh, you know what, let me get this out of the way. I don't need that bowl. I thought I was going to need it for mixing, but I don't need it. This little bowl's good enough. Okay. And see how all that the heavy cream, I just melted mine in the microwave because I forgot to take all this stuff out last night. You know what? Life happens. That's just the way it is. So now I'm just going to mix this all up. Make sure it's mixed good with the egg, the heavy cream. Oh, let me get my salt and pepper. So I have got me some diced red and yellow sweet peppers, some diced ham, and some onions. So I'm going to mix this all up. Here's my ham and onions. And you put it, whatever filling that you want to make, because I'm trying to stay on my weight program, and this already has the dough from the pie crust. I didn't add any potatoes. Normally I would love to have added some potatoes on a breakfast quiche, but I didn't. So okay, this is cooled off. Can't forget my little baby mini one. Let me get my phone out of the way here. I have it here in case my little alarm goes off, because I got to get ready for the rest of my day. I got some other chores I need to do. Okay. So I'm going to fill that up as much as I want, and the rest of this is going to go in here. And if you want to add shredded cheese, which I'm going to, I just got to get it out of the fridge. But you want to smooth out your filling as much as you can. Oh, and I forgot to mention, when I was doing my pie crust, I forgot this. This has been a while since I've done a quiche. Is when you bake your pie crust, it's going to shrink. And I trimmed, you'll see that, I trimmed out the very edge. I should have left it over, because look, parts of it shrank. And so I'm not going to be, it's going to have an overflow of the egg mixture. But, you know, I've done this, I used to bake quiches back 20 some odd years ago all the time. So I just remember, it's just going to overflow a little bit, but if you take it easy when you're pouring it into the, when you're getting your pot, your pan, your dish into the oven, it's going to spill, but it's not going to spill a whole lot. And if it does, it's just going to bake, but all it does is make it a messy cleanup. But that's the whole point of quiches. You wanted it all up nice and pretty and level, but I didn't do it, and I forgot. That was my fault. So now I'm going to get me some cheese. And this is our last batch. we shred our own cheese. We use Sorrento. This is the one time I don't like to use El Cheapo cheese because the oils in the El Cheapo cheese really come out in the bacon. So I put mine in a baggie. And this is the Tillamook cheese. I buy Sorrento or Tillamook because I like that it doesn't have so much fat, oil when you're baking. And you put as much or as little as you want. It's totally up to you. I like to have enough just till it's coated. Wash my hands just a minute. Where did I put my towel? Oh, my towel's over here. Oops. I forgot my cheese and my little baby mini. So I'll put my little cheese and my little baby mini. Okay, now we're going to get salt and pepper. And you don't have to, you can omit this if you want to, or if you don't want to, add some other seasonings, whatever seasonings you want. I'm not going to do a whole lot of salt, because I like to stay away from salt. Well, that's not coming out. Oh, there it is. I had to shake it. I'm going to stir this one more time. Oh, I should have used that bowl. Yeah, this bowl. That's why I got this one, because this one has a lip. I don't like to pour, because I am not a good pourer. As you know, I'm learning how to do all this. Oh, I just spilled. I don't want to step on this. I'll have to clean that. I'm going to leave my towel there so I can wash it, because it's dirty now. So I'm going to pour just a little bit of the egg mixture over the filling. I don't want to get it too overflowed. Let me get these out of the way so you can see. And then here, the rest of this is going to go into this quiche. And I'm going to concentrate on this side for the egg mixture so I don't have too much overflow for when the crust was too short, when it shrank during baking. I gotta tell you, I'm really enjoying this baking stuff. I gotta be careful though, because I am on a weight program. So I'm enjoying doing it, and I enjoy a taste, but I gotta take it easy on not eating too much of it. But we have a bunch of friends and family that we give our stuff to, because it gives me practice. There we go. Oh, I forgot to turn my oven on. But it still should be warm. We need to put it at 375. So it won't take very long to heat up. And then I'm going to pop this in the oven. And then we'll bring you back when we do the best part, the taste test. Okay, we'll bring you back. Oh, you want to, let me show you while we're having to wait anyway. See that? See how that egg mixture filled in just enough. And of course when it bakes it's going to rise a little bit. And then let me bring you up close because I don't want to move that too much. See that on the pie crust? How it shrank? So anyway, I'll bring you back and when the oven is ready to pre-cook. But until then I'm going to go ahead and get my dishes done and ready. Okay, the quiche is done. Of course, the little one took 7 minutes sooner. It was baked 7 minutes sooner. And I have a little cake tester. This is from Pamper Chef. And all you do is insert it. And when it comes out, if there's nothing sticking to it, then that means it's ready. Whatever it is, bacon, cake, quiche. And here I poked these already. And nothing came out. So we just gotta wait for it to cool down a little bit, and then we'll do the taste test. Okay, we'll bring you back when it comes to that phase. Or actually, you know what? This was out a little bit earlier. Let's do that now. Because this one should be ready, and this one's mine anyway. See how it got a little toasty on the bottom on the pie crust. But let's take, oh, let me move over here so I can stay in the frame of the camera. Let me move this. I gotta wash that. Well, the crust is a little hard, but then it's a little one, and that's usually what happens when they're small. Oh, but look at that. Isn't that pretty? It's all cooked. None of the egg is running. But it's already cooled off. Because it did have 7 minutes to wait before this one was ready. You can definitely taste the peppers. Those are wonderful. I love my onions. Let me see if I can taste the ham. I'm just going to bite into it. I took a bite with the ham on it. You can definitely taste the ham. This is definitely a good thumbs up. Brings me back to the memories when I was with my young daughter, who's now she is now a grandma, so I've become a great grandma now. And she loved to bake, and I taught her early because she really enjoyed doing it. She was 5 when I started showing her how to cook and bake, and she would help me. And then she got so good, I got out of the kitchen. I didn't like it to begin with anyway. I only did it because I had to. So she did almost all the cooking and all the baking. But then she got a very nice hefty allowance for doing that too. So here it is. This is my take on freezing your eggs. Freezing, well, you can't freeze all liquid items, but you can freeze most of them. And they all do have a shelf life. I'll put it all in the description box. And what I did is I made this quiche with frozen eggs and frozen heavy cream. I thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and share, and hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Take care now. Bye-bye.